So what we're going to start with is this. We're going to have to make a new base model. First thing, it's going to be 3/4. Let's turn base models back on because that's the. And then we double click and it'll make your model, your current layer. See that? Current layer base model. You double click this to change it. You can't obviously use it if it's frozen. See? If it's frozen, you can't use it because it's like, what are you talking about? You froze a layer. You don't want to see it. Why would you edit it? Anyway, it's a pretty intuitive program. Not gonna lie. Okay, base models. Click, double click. A little check mark means you are using that. So we modeled in front, which is easy. We'll just do it again. This is going to be 3/4 inch square tube, just to keep it light. You don't need a ton of strength, weight from this because it's not going to hold. It's going to hold obviously a heavy case, but it's not going to hold your arms and your monitors and your sound system and your cameras and your whatever's. It's just going to hold the case and it's not going to be messed with at all. It's going to sit there and I'm going to show you this cool little thing I got when I build it, how to attach it. So let's do a P line again. We'll go here, 3/4. So you can actually type 3/4 and it'll go 0.75. Quarter. 3/4. Close. Offset. Remember? Same thing. 0.0625. Okay? 0.0625 is a pretty good thickness. And actually, I think it goes from 1/2 inch all the way up to 1.5 inch. They use, for a square tube, they use that thickness. I could be wrong on that. If you guys want to correct me, that's totally fine. I don't mind. Fillet. We can keep the radius of the existing fillet because it's I keep doing that. Why not just do multiple, dude? You can keep the radius of the existing fillet because it's almost the same. It's not exactly the same, but for our purposes, it will do the trick. We mainly just want direct width, lengths, cut angles, and lineups, and we also really like to see. We need to see what we're building. So, okay, press pull. Actually, let's extrude this one. That way you guys can see a different method. Boom. You need to click both, otherwise only one will go. And again, 120 inches. So this one is empty. I'll show you how this works here. When you extrude, it doesn't do it like the press pull. Do you see that? God dang it, come on. There we go. So, what it'll do is it'll make the whole thing. See? They're both solids. So, you have to use one more. Subtract. Here, let me just do this. 3D tools up here. Solid editing. It's this tab. Subtract. I did this on my last video, so you guys can, if you want a little more in-depth. It's actually, the first video I did this is very, very basic compared to this one. So you select the object you want to keep. First thing you do is you select the object you want to subtract from. Press enter. Then you select the object you want to remove. Boom. Enter. And now you got yourself a tube. See that? And it's one piece. It makes it one piece as it subtracts. It's a pretty cool little process. So now we have 3/4 inch square tube, 120 inches. Bam, done. If you really wanted to get crazy with this, you could go 240 inches, but I cut and slice so many things that I like to use 10-foot sticks. I've never used a 20-foot stick on anything I've built. Plus, they're harder to get back from the factory, from the sales guy, too. So, yeah. So we have the 3/4, right? So first thing we're gonna do is copy. Boom. Bottom right, dude. always. I want it flush right here. Because, you know, you kind of want to have a nice smooth transition to the perforated top. So, that's what we're starting with. Now, we're going to use only this one as the base. So we're going to change this to... Oh, shoot. You know what I got to do is add a layer. New layer. We don't want it purple though, or we don't want a magenta. We should make it similar to the yellow. Let's do light green. Yeah, let's do light orange. Let's do orange. Is that orange? I don't know. Sounds good. Crackers here. Change it to... Yeah, that's orange. It's like burnt orange. I think. First thing we're going to do is line it up here. Boom. Next thing we need to do, copy. Go down 3/4 of an inch. Because we're not dealing with 1 inch anymore. Then we're going to rotate this one we just loaded down and go at 90 degrees. Okay? You know what would actually help us a lot is if I were to make just a basic rendering of my tower, because this is specifically for me, but it will fit huge towers. But let's do box. First corner. Let's do 2, 2. Okay. And it is, so 2, 2 is the beginner, and then the width is 13 inches wide. And 23 tall. Inches, these are inches. And then depth, 24 depth. So since I did it in top, it's not exactly ideal. Let's see if it even fits in what I made here. Pretty sick. So this is a basic rendering of the case. Copy. Boom. We'll put it down here at the bottom. I'll let's keep the same depth. That'd be nice, you know. That way it's not such a big deal when you move everything around. Copy again. Let's do, what do you think, 18? 18's good. That's an easy number to remember. So now, that's good. As you can see, they're very long. Now we need to get height. So we're going to copy the back one. Copy. You always want to select it. Select it first. And like this one is good because you can see every single thing. Select it. Move it here. Then click, then type it all so that it's using this coordinate system. If you use this coordinate system, it'll mess everything up because these will change to Z's and it'll just be fighting everything. Trust me, it's a pain in the tail. Rotate this. Move this. Yeah. Up and down will be flush. Will be tip to tail. We're going to do this. We're going to have it exact same height as the case, and we're going to do the adjustable feet on these four as well, just to relieve some of the weight of it. I don't know if I'm going to go 3/8 though. I might have to, honestly. Slice. Just to make it easier on yourself. Boom. Across the board. This side. Boom. Copy. Since we have no frame of reference down there, let's do this. Just do it here. Polar. 18 inches at 0 degrees. Do that. Watch. So I select here and here. Boom. Copy. I clicked in this viewport before I said copy. Then you go. Boom. Just follow the orange. Always. Bam. Got the downs. Done. Okay. Now we're gonna slice. Slice. Obviously top is the best for these. And select both of these and push enter. And then you run a slicing plane along this guy. Then select this side. Bam. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Slice. This guy and this guy. You run this bad boy right across here. Select that side. Top's done. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Front or side both works, but front's easier to see exactly how high you want and low you want to go. Let's add a new layer. My layer, or my computer tower is black with smoke. I'll just name it Dark Tower. And for all my Stephen King fans, you know why. All right. Next thing is gonna be I found some really, really cool perforated steel. It's not stainless, but that's fine because we're gonna spray paint with a clear coat on the metal. It's gonna look sick. Sick! That was a total Zach thing to say. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do P-line. From here, we'll just start here, just as an aside here. 48 inches wide by 8 feet tall, or it's either 4 by 8, 5 by 8, or 5 by 10. That's how you can get them at the factory or the set steel shop. That's how I can get them. 120 inches. 48. Lows. Boom. Any down. Okay. We'll need to change the layer, right? Come on, guys. These models. Thickness sheet metal. We're gonna do with the perforated steel, the 16 gauge sheet is 0.060. So I was backwards on the square tube versus the perforated sheet metal. Sheet metal is 060. Square tube is 065. So I was mistaken on that, and I apologize to everybody who was relying on that information. But it's all right though. When you told them what you wanted, they'd be like, "What? We don't sell that crap." So the width of this, so we're gonna extrude this. 16 gauge, 0.060. So let's just do 0.0625. So this is my from the factory sheet. Okay. We're gonna move it up. Just to be with his friends, dude. That's all, dude. We're gonna move him with his buddies. Okay? Is that alright with you? Move him over too. We need to keep him with his friends, you know? You never want to create strife when you don't need to. See? Nailed it. First piece is here. We're gonna move. We'll copy this. This is criminy. Come on. Copy. This is the top. Right? Boom. That's not quite right. Because we want that. Okay, so let's change this guy to... gotta make a new layer. See? Trust me. Layers are your friend. ATX sheet. There you go. Actually, let's rename it Tower Case. Tower Case Sheets. Boom. Might change the color too, right? We don't want the pink. Let's do a little darker orange. Oh, there you go. A little darker orange. What the heck? Oh my god, it's like desert. And let's turn off base model, so we don't need that anymore because we got this one. Man, I suck at this game. I should do this not for a living. I screwed this up. Because we want a flat top, a full flat. There it is. See that? Man, it's a good looking door. Man, that's a good looking case. Don't you wish you had some of that? You too can do what I do. Unfortunately, my room is set up like this. Yours might be different. It's up to you. Okay? Imagine this is perforated. And I have the measurements for the steel you want to use. So we'll go from there. But one more thing we need. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into the back of your computer, right? Always. Tons and tons of stuff. Well, circle. We'll say 3 inches, because 3 inches is a pretty good size. And we're going to want object snap. That's center. 6 inches up. 1.5. Okay, let's try this again. Polar move. That's the problem with this freaking object snap, reference point snap. I hate it. It can be useful, but it's also sometimes a pain in the ass. There. Protruding through both front and back. Now we can sub. There it is. This boy right here. This boy right here on top. HDMI cables, stereo cables, power maybe. Okay, power might go down here. Mouse, keyboard, all that stuff. Down here, electricity. Yeah, mainly just power supply stuff. But you got 2 now, so. See that? Getting there, man. Let's get in there. That's a fact, Jack. Hey-oh. I left a little space on each side of it so that I could have a little bit of play. All right, so now we're going to start to do the toppers here. So what we'll do is we'll make a P line just to make the outline of it, and then we'll extrude. So let's do that real quick, and then we'll copy. Such a beautiful thing. All right, next, clean up all the corners just so we have exact edges, 45-degree cuts.
Right
on
here,
every
you're
corner,
gonna cut flat,
on the top
90 degrees straight.
only, because on the bottoms you're gonna have to do pieces in between because the legs go down. So you'll do slice, then you go from corner to corner, and that gives you the cleanest, straightest line. Sometimes when you have to do mods where you don't have exact 45-degree angles, when you do corner to corner, it'll give you the exact cuts you need. It's 30, 29, 28 and 3/4, 26 and 1/16 degree, you know, that kind of shit. Obviously here, these are legs, so you don't need to do any kind of 45-degree cuts or anything like that. Okay, so right now I'm just shearing off pieces of the perforated steel using slice function. You want to make it so that it's sitting on top of the steel, but only on the edge of it, so you have a nice little corner piece to weld into. So the reason I call it a modular desk is because you can take the tower case and move it from the right to the left side. as you see. Yeah, so it's a pretty bitchin' little project. So now your guys's will probably be different. So then you guys are gonna want to do measurements to see where you need to cut each piece, and then build the bastard. This here is just a proof of concept that you could maybe have a drawer side on one side and the tower case on the other side. But you get the gist of it.